What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Feels real nice, doesn't it? We see Blackluster Soldier in the first place Montreal regional deck profile coming from, hopefully I'm not murdering this, Phan Tuan. I believe I said it right. And he managed to do this playing a 41 card Burning Abyss, playing a moderately nice amount of hand traps. So let me go ahead and get into the duelist words. I may murder your names, but I'm going to go ahead and give his tournament report as is, trying to give you as much insight from the duelist that plays these decks as possible. So he says, hello, so my name is, probably murdered it, and I was able to get first place at the Montreal Regionals with Burning Abyss. I played 3 Ash Blossoms because 60 card mystery box deck is one of the biggest counters to BA, and thanks to Fairy Tale Snow, so you need to be able to counter it. It's also good against most rogue decks. If you don't know, a big way to counter Burning Abyss is after they commit to the field, turn down one of their Burning Abyss and the rest are destroyed. He said 2 BLS because 3 is too much, but 1 is not enough. 2 Veilers. While it was a very good card in the current format, you have to take into consideration rogue decks in which a Veiler becomes straight garbage. 2 Reapers with the same reasoning as 2 Veilers, but in this situation, it's not having enough targets, but it must be in the main because it counters Magician / 60 card mystery box. Rhino at 2 instead of 3 because of Veiler. They're basically able, like if you summon Rhino, special another one, and they Veiler the Rhino, you're going to lose your Burning Abyss. His effect's gone. Dark Hole and Raigeki because BA should now be pushing to go second and not first. Majesty's Fiend in the side to counter Contact C. 4 card Kaiju set because you have to be able to add the out to Masterpiece, which is why Slumber is there. Basically, you're able to mill Slumber and get your out. 1 DDD Darius is the Catastor of BA. It counters bad players that think Borload is the out to BA. My matchups were Zephyra, Goki, Magician, Trickstar, 60 card mystery box, Spiral, Invoke, True Draco, and Magician in the final. I scored 7-0-1 and tied because of weird circumstances. It was 8 rounds and 155 to 170 players. He's not really sure which. And I asked, can you tell me your shoutouts, etc. as well. And he says, shoutouts to Nick, probably murdering this, PZ, David Scene, Antoine Durand, Arturo Mendez, Kurama, I'm not going to murder that one, Bayung Quan An, Carl Lemieux, and Montreal. And he said I tied with 1 because of a weird misunderstanding between me and my opponent. During the end of game 1, I had 12 cards in deck. Desires, I banished 10 and drew 2 cards and told my opponent I had game because he was at 1,000 life points and had Monster Reborn and Rhino to go for Shark, but he thought I was telling him I scooped. So like, I guess he's like, that's game, but like miscommunicated it. And his opponent thought in game 1 perhaps that he was scooping it up. That's unfortunate. So I said that's super weird. What happened? He says, so when we went to prepare to side deck, time hits, judges are called, and we're told that since we have no witnesses and there's a misunderstanding between both players, a tie is to be given. And I said that's an odd ruling. He said more specifically, before we got given a tie, they announced that we were going to get a double loss, but my opponent stated, arguing with the head judge and TO, and he was able to overturn the match loss into a tie. Weird stuff, I'm telling you. I'll leave a journey of my rounds if you want. So I started out round 1 against Zephyra, and it was the weirdest thing ever. I've never played against the deck, so I didn't know what it did. He made a board that was really big and proceeded to pass while leaving a token from Mare. I baited his negates and whatnot and evenly matched to get rid of his whole field since tokens can't be banished face down. And main phase 2 sat on Beatrice, which won me the game. Game 2, I OTK'd with the Code Talker, Beatrice, and BLS. Starting round 2, I sat in front of my opponent and he had the biggest smile, just like he won the lottery. We rolled the dice, he won, and he chose to go first, and I saw him normal summon a green Goki and passed. I played my turn, summoned Beatrice, the usual, and then during his turn, he did some Isolde combo, which I'm telling you blew my mind, and he proceeded to OTK me. Game 2 evenly matched, and Game 3 OTK, so that was a 2-0 score. Well, it sounds like 2-1. Round 3 was against a Magician player. Oh, he's saying he's 2-0 at this point in the tournament. Round 3 was a Magician player, and that is where the tie happened. It was really odd. Round 4 was against Spirals. He started to use 1-for-1 and quickly took his deck, but I told him Quand and Ashton. I don't know what that means. He then did some sleeper combo with WTV. He had left whatever he had left. He was left with sleeper and equipped that protects sleeper. I drew for turn, baited his sleeper's destructive effect with break sword, and did something to do boar load and took his sleeper. Game 2 OTK. Round 5 against Trickstars, he didn't have scapegoat, so I won the match. That's a funny way to describe it. Round 6 against 60 card mystery box, my opponent received a game 1 loss because he forgot to unside his lawn mowing. I anyways go to game 2, we grinded each other out with whatever he had, and I used Barbar for game. Round 7 against True Draco Invoked Blue Boy. Invoked Blue Boy, my bad. Game 1 I won, I don't know how. Game 2, he had a masterpiece turn 1, so I proceeded to scoop. Game 3 was a grind game of me setting my hand traps face down and him having Baguska. I still don't know how he summoned it. In the end, it was time. I did some Barbar Shark combo to hit him with 2900, which was enough for me to win the match. Round 8, finale against Magician was the saddest thing for my opponent. So he started to use Pot of Desires to draw 2. He got Ash and normal summoned that dragon that adds the scale. Then used Astrograph to special summon Blue Dude from deck, and he got Reapered Electro. He was trying to summon Electromite, and he got Reapered for it. After checking his extra deck, I noticed he played some Link monsters that I didn't know Magician players were playing. So I knew he had some sick techs. And I quickly grind with Beatrice and won game 1. Game 2, he starts again. He does whatever foolish special summon baby dragon, the dragon boy, and adds whatever. So the red he calls it red astrograph. It's chronograph. Does the red astrograph dude and special summons Yuya sorcerer dude, and I reapered him again. The disrespect. After the second Reaper, he tilted and started doing a lot of misplays, so much that his friend in the back started noting every misplay, and I ended up winning thanks to Reaper. So this is how I got first place at the regional in Montreal, even easiest regional ever. If you guys want a quick and easy invite, come to Montreal. Oh my god, the ending there. This is why I love putting the player's voice into these, you know? Like the personality, the red astrograph. Red astrograph. Oh my god. Okay, so 2 Blackluster Soldier, 1 Tour Guide, 1 Seer, 1 Graph, double Fiendish Rhino Warrior. Like he said, good players can Veiler this a lot. 1 Rubik, 1 a Lich, 1 Barbar, 1 Cowcab, triple Farfa, shoutouts to my boy, 2 Libic, 3 Skarm, and Fairy Tail. So I was playing this deck actually in rated the other day / unrated, and I was playing a Burning Abyss mirror match, and I summoned Beatrice, and he's basically okays it. He ends up putting 3 BAs on the board to avoid a Farfa play, and I send Snow with Beatrice, and he's like, oh yeah, I can send anything. I flip one of them down, and it destroys the rest. So Snow, you got some mirror match plays. Double Veiler, along with the Ghost Sisters, double Reaper, triple Ogre, and triple Ash Blossom. Playing the squad. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Foolish Burial, very powerful in this deck. 1 Reborn the Monster, remember, if properly summoned, it can be reborn. 3 Pot of Desires, 1 Raigeki, 1 Soul Charge. You don't see this in every deck, but you do see it in a lot of them, and I think it's good for the deck. And then triple Evenly Matched, not wanting to cut out anything, so we got 41. We got 2 Gamma Seals, 1 Kumongous, triple Majesty's Fiend, 1 Shadol Dragon, 1 ABC Dragon Buster in the side deck, just in case, because he needs a lot of his extra deck space. We got the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber here, double Twin Twisties, triple Dimensional Barrier for those Pendulum players, and a copy of Skill Drain, which also acts very well in this deck when going first. We have Dante, Pilgrim of the Burning Abyss, to make Beatrice a real threat. We've got a Psyframe Lord Omega. I wonder when he summons that. Oh, it's probably for Reaper. Dirt. 1 Virgil, 1 Beatrice, 1 DDD Stone King Darius. We got the double Dante, just 2. 1 Mech-Whipped Engineer, the Clutch Nightmare Shark, 1 Super Quantum Mech Beast Grampulse, 1 Phantom Knights of Breaksword, And then we got some Link monsters in here. Borreload, which he actually does end up making. The Code Talker, Underclock Taker, as well as Heavy Metal Foes, Electromite. It's really good to see this deck coming out and doing good. It also topped YTS Volcom, probably in a different capacity than playing BLS, etc. But I really do like this variant of the deck. I enjoy how much control he's giving, as well as pushes going second. And it's pretty nice to see it come back like this. What do you guys think of BA like this? And what do you think of this man's tournament report? Red Astrograph needs to be a meme. That had me rolling. But seriously, thank you so much for your tournament reporting. Congrats on your first place. My man's Phan Tuan on, if I'm not murdering it. I hope that's how it works. And seriously, I can't say it enough how much I love seeing BLS in here.